Today I like to share my breeze up with you guys. Like, I hardly ever film my breeze up because I experiment a lot with hyperventilation, and a lot of people find that wrong or dangerous. I've been experimenting with hyperventilation since I was a 10-year-old boy in the swimming pool when I knew nothing about freediving. And for the experimental hyperventilation or breeze up that I'm doing nowadays for my longer dives, are to breathe 15 times in a meditative way, just to become very slow. I count those breaths on my fingers just to remember where I am, and then I do 15 or 20 very fast breaths to really oxygenate my blood. And actually that hyperventilation, I believe it raises my heart rate a little bit, so then I relax a little bit again for like 3 more breaths. And then I start a dive, and actually during those 15-20 fast breaths I get a little bit light in my head. And with that lightness in my head, which I actually kind of like a little bit, I dive down, and then around 20 seconds into the dive I almost pass out, like the feeling that you have when you get too quickly out of your bed, like whoa, you have to steady yourself against the wall. That's how it feels. I don't mind it because I always feel that. And then the rest of the dive I feel sharp. And so today I've been doing a few glide dives, trying to go past 4 minutes. It's not going very well today, like I'm doing 3.5 or something. That's what I'm trying. So yeah, I'll show you my whole breeze up, and I'll show you the glide dive, and yeah, enjoy. So right now I'm relaxing for 15 breaths, and I'm counting those breaths on my fingers, but you cannot see my fingers because I didn't realize they were not in the shot. I don't have a fixed way of breathing up. I like to experiment, I like to try different things. Sometimes I want to find out what I can do without any breeze up, and other times I like to take my time for it and relax as far as possible. The most standard way for a breeze up in freediving is to take 1 or 2 deep breaths before you do your last breath hold. And that's also a form of hyperventilation, because hyperventilation means that you breathe in a way that you normally don't do. But nowadays in the freediving world they don't like people using that word anymore, hyperventilation. If you say I hyperventilate before my dive, then people will come and tell you that you shouldn't. While if you tell them that you do a breathe up and you do exactly the same thing, then everybody is okay with it. Okay, so now I'm hyperventilating 15 to 20 times until I get light in my head. Things can go wrong with hyperventilation. You can pass out, and it's good to realize that, so know what you're doing. Now I take 3 more slow breaths to allow my heart rate to come down a little bit from that hyperventilating that I just did. Another concept I'm playing with is the glide diving. Like gliding as far as possible horizontally without moving at all. Just using the gravity, using your weight. So I had to kick once or twice to get below my neutral point, and then my lungs are so far compressed that I become heavier than water. And then slowly as I get deeper, my weight gets more and more, and I allow that weight to pull me sidewards. I love the feeling of it. It feels like a static breath hold. You're not doing anything and you're just falling there, but you got all the fishes around you, and it's just very pleasant. And this guy appears to really like to be in the video. I'll make sure to tag him later on. Another unusual habit that I have is to recover through my snorkel, so I don't have to lift my heavy head from the water. I find that more comfortable and less likely that I will be lightheaded. So that was about 3.5 minutes. Not really long, like the world records are like 11 minutes or 20 minutes, really crazy long. I don't encourage hyperventilation, I don't discourage it either. Freediving, usually when you hyperventilate just 2 times, when you do 2 breeze-ups, no one will say that you do anything bad. It's still a form of hyperventilation, just like 1 or 2 breeze-ups. I do think we should just be able to talk about how we breeze up and what we do. It should not be shamed, and I think it's okay to use the word hyperventilation and just call things what they are. If it is something you want to try out, then do it to your best, because then nothing can go wrong. Like if you just want to see what happens when you breathe really fast, feel that lightness in your head, do it in your bed before you do anything in the water. That's about it. Have a good day.